Cray Cross Epis, Chapter 1, Episode 0. Prologue. This has become quite troublesome. He thought this just before he fell into a deep slumber. His surroundings were in complete darkness. Kronos Command warily looked around, trembling. There was a strong, mold-like smell, and the faintest hint of crawling beetles. With the wave of his gear staff, the lights turned on, revealing the stone ruins. Perhaps it had been abandoned for a tremendous amount of time. The walls were collapsing, the ceiling rotting, with this dark sky visible through the gaps. Now, in his memory, it had gone like this. Until now, he had been experimenting in order to create a gate that would connect the present and the future. The future. That being said, the technology to create a gate to the past had already been established, so theoretically, it was just a matter of reversing it. The laboratory where the experiments were conducted was located in an ancient ruin, though the facilities were adequate. However, during the experiment, an unexpected white flash of light enveloped him, and he found himself standing here. It was an unknown location. Looking around, there was not anything that looked like a gate. Was it a failure? No problem. Failure was an essential part of experimentation, and as long as the cause could be figured out, there was always next time. That is how he had been working to develop the technology to cross time and space. Kronos Command Dragon, later in time, he would be described as follows. Gear Chronicle, with their ability to repair space-time, gained some of their time-traveling abilities through the research of Kronos Command Dragon. However, during his experiments in respect of that, he is said to have disappeared. The place he disappeared to was a mysterious, dimly lit cavern. First of all, he had to gather information, so he put his hand to his wand again and activated a spell, and the formation in the shape of a gear appeared in mid-air. A pale light spread out, illuminating the area intensely, but it did not spread outward from the ruins. Like the white embers of a fire, the light subsided, and the place was enveloped in darkness once again. It was as if this place was covered in a thick film of air. Magic could not be used here. Well, leaked out his voice, filled with anticipation and delight, a characteristic of one who had overcome so many failures. However, he had no way of knowing that this was not his world, but rather a planet called Cray. The Messiah's blessing that had once existed on this world had already disappeared, and as such, magic had disappeared. Of course, without magic, it was impossible for him to return to his original world. He could neither travel through time nor across worlds. Thus, he slumbered to maintain his power. Eventually, hundreds and thousands of years would pass. In the depths of the collapsed ruins, accompanied by a huge mass, there was a sign of someone.
Oh, yeah. Well, the renowned Kronos Command Dragon.
There was a sound of something dragging across the ground. What emerged from the darkness was a mysterious unknown. Its entirety could not be made out. A strange breathing sound could be heard. Not one, nor two, but countless bright red eyes were glowing in the depths of the darkness. At the end of their gaze was Kronos' command dragon, who had slumbered for a long time. The light had faded from its once powerful body, and it seemed to have become one with the decaying ruins. The deep sleep had rendered him unconscious, and he was unaware of the danger looming over him. The unknown opened its crimson maw in an attempt to swallow Kronos' command dragon.
Oh. Delicious.
Gulping, its throat rumbled and fell.